So far, the crew has cleared every hurdle naysayers have placed in their way. Columbus would be home to one of the 10 inaugural teams. Columbus has outperformed much larger cities. The true success indicator has been from the fans. Well, it's going out.
Hello, welcome to the club. I'm your host, Mars, and this is the Upper 90 Club, a roundtable podcast where five friends discuss the Columbus Crew. And on this week's episode, we've got future Circle of Honor inductee Duncan Otten. Say what up, Duncan!
Oh, I love the intro. Cheers, fellas. Woo!
Cheers.
Also on our Ben, Trey, Mort. Haas is at the Coob Nationals.
As a spectator,
the biggest international tournament going on right now. He's almost certainly spectating at this point because he's never made it on a group stage.
I was like, how's it going? He's like, we already lost the group. And I was like...
So he couldn't join us, but we leveled up in a big way with Duncan here. It's great to have you back. I think maybe the last time you were on was around Halloween. And
it was about 2 a.m, I think, when we were off that day.
Yeah. We're always ready to go late and glad to have you on, especially after this Hell is Real away edition that we just saw yesterday. And if you tuned in for the first few minutes, you may have tuned out. But man, I'm looking forward to talking about this game. I don't think any of you all went. Duncan, did you make the trip?
I did not make the trip, no.
Okay. Well, so I know that there were many competing events going on in Columbus. Mort was, did you make any good selections at the Arts Festival or whatever?
Westville Art Festival. I was supposed to go there yesterday because my daughter had art posted there.
All right.
But the weather here, got really choppy on Saturday. But the real reason I wanted to go down there, I really wanted to, but I also had a golf outing this morning at 8:00, so I knew that's not going to turn out really well. So
here, I can make up stuff too to ask me.
You were so happy. You were so happy when I couldn't go. I said, "All right, then I don't have to go either."
I woke up with a cold, but I was like, "I'm gonna do it." And I texted everybody. I'm like, "Let's just go. Who wants to go?" And everyone's like, "No." And I was like, "Oh, thank God." I don't feel good.
You woke up with a cold.
Yeah.
I woke up and I was cold.
I know you were. Yeah, Trey, you were sick.
I woke up with pink eye. Ridiculous. Never in my life.
Okay, wash your hands after the bathroom before you touch your eyeballs. Okay, it's pretty easy.
Woke up and just swollen. Yeah, just, whatever.
He uses diapers as contacts. Right?
It's the pools.
Got 3 kids. I'm always wiping a butt somewhere.
It's the baby pool. I tell you, they're taking them to the pool.
And how quickly you went.
Yeah. Well, so Duncan, it's been a while, but I want to hear from you before we get into the Cincy game. What have you been up to? Tell us what's new, man.
Had a good trip to England with one of our players just going on loan. A young guy just went to Sheffield United on loan from Forest. He just signed at Forest. A New Zealand American boy, Tyler Bindon, who's a class human and player.
Cool.
So that was a good, pretty quick trip, but a good trip. And then obviously summer holidays with the kids and busy time for work. All players around wanting to move and some. It was I know you guys probably weren't best happy with the Seattle result, a tie after being up 1-0, but for me it was a win-win because our lad in Seattle, Paul Rothrock, scored to tie it up, and Diego scored for Columbus. So that was usually I want the crew to win, but that was a win day for me.
Rothrock is good. I like Rothrock. I think he's a good player.
Yeah. So it's been good. Yeah. He's been on fire. Diego's been on fire. Michael Boxall made the All-Star game with Diego. So, some of our guys are rocking and rolling. It's been a good time.
Awesome.
Does that mean you have to go to Austin?
It doesn't.
Okay.
I'm not cool enough for Austin, and apparently back on Soccer and Beer, I interviewed one of the guys, Andy Lockney, and I asked him if he was ever going to move the crew, and he said no, and I was like, are you sure? And apparently I'm a bad guy now. I don't know. I was just asking a question. It wasn't like insinuating that they were going to move. I just, yeah.
I want to take a crap in their stadium so bad. Andy. That's like bucket list. I just want to go in there and poop so much.
But not in the toilet, I assume, by the way you're saying it.
Oh, man. And then I'm going to take all the toilet paper and dress like a mummy and just walk out.
Yeah. Yeah. I love that. Or you could like sneak some Fireball whiskey into the bathroom or something.
Over my dead body.
I wouldn't stoop.
I'm not a monster.
Yeah.
Even though I'm dressed like a monster.
It's great to have you. We were talking about you the other day because when we were all waiting to hear who was going to be inducted into the Circle of Honor. I mean, you are at the top of that list, so I'm excited to see that when that happens in the year 2050, based on the rate of new inductees.
Yeah. So you'll be the next one,
right? The next one in 2050. But,
they're waiting for far more better players to come along. I'll get inducted.
Oh, you think you'll get leapfrogged by someone who's just being conceived as we speak now?
Nicholas Hagen.
Considering I came up with the whole concept, and not the name. We talked about this, not the name, but the concept. The crew should be doing this when I was in the office, and I can't even get a freaking sniff. Come on, man.
Yeah.
I mean, I wasn't going to vote for myself when I voted.
Right. Well, see, there's your problem. You always gotta vote for yourself. Otherwise, it's totally rigged.
Doesn't get any love. Yeah. But it doesn't get thrown away either,
Yeah.
You will at least get 5 votes.
Yeah. You got our love for sure.
Love you guys, man.
Yeah.
Right in. Historic Duncan.
Historic Duncan on. That's right. Okay, so Trey, let's just get into this. Hell is Real. Take it away.
Hey, what happened?
Facts that could save your life.
Last night, Saturday the 12th of July, Columbus faced off against Cincinnati FC in the 18th iteration of the Hell is Real Darby. It was a slow start to the evening as the game was delayed over an hour for inclement weather in the tri-state area. Statistically, this game was an even affair with possession split at 50-50, and they were both tied in shots on target, shots off target, yellow cards, but Columbus led in total passes and accurate passes, but only by 10 passes and 3%. The biggest difference was on defense as Columbus did lead in tackles won, blocks, clearances, and saves by Schulte. We can't go without mentioning the XG as Columbus led in all 5 XG categories, including a total with a 1.10 to 0.64 in a game that we saw 6 goals.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Totally legit, not a problem. Nothing wrong with it. Don't fix it.
Yeah, not a problem at all. And starting for the crew, you had a big change. You had Schulte in net.
Schulte's beard in net.
Yes.
Yeah. They didn't give the start to Old Man Bush.
The bush got on his face. I don't like the way that sounded. I take that back immediately.
Not what I said. Okay. All right, so we had Schulte in back with Chiberko, Zawadzki, and Marrera. Mm-hmm. And in the middle, you had Arfston, Aliu, Nagbe, Shambo, and up top, Gasdog, Russell Rowe, and Diego Rossi. The formation did go through multiple changes, so if somebody was in the back in midfield, they were all playing. Well, it lasted 40 seconds. That was quick.
Story of my life.
I was going to ask Ben to tell us about it, but
sorry,
I'll just go ahead and hold on to this one. Aliu was beaten down the left side. Cincinnati player takes it all the way to the inline, crosses it over, and it's put away by Buka to the back past Schulte. 1-0 in 40 seconds.
Sleepy time.
Yep.
Sleepy time.
Well, it's a good thing we made it about another 4 minutes after that. And the ball comes across to Miles Robinson. Miles Robinson takes a shot, which is blocked. The ball bounces right to Evander, who takes it on the half volley to the left corner past a diving Schulte. I mean, honestly, probably nothing Schulte could do about this ball.
No, he was already...
Evander drilled it.
It was a regardless.
He was already diving for the blocked shot, so he was already out of balance from the blocked shot.
His feet were not set, but
I said out loud to a room with one other person in it, that beard is not working for him. After the second goal.
I defended him on the text message. I was like, it doesn't look bad.
My daughter came down and watched the game for about 10 minutes, and he was on camera. It's just like, what's that on his face? I don't like it. And then she walked out.
I was just saying, the goals is that was the issue I was having. The man's back, and now this is going to be a really, really long game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, remember, hold on. One more thing.
Okay.
Not too long ago, similar kind of start. I mean, I think this is even worse, but like that Miami game where they had 3 goals in 20 minutes or whatever it was. It was
with Hagen and goal.
This game is going to suck, but like
the quicksand.
I'm going to watch it and maybe I'll learn something from it. I'm glad that this one ended differently.
Go
ahead.
All right.
Suffer through.
13 minutes later, in the 18th, Brian Anuga for Cincinnati earns the yellow card for putting his studs into the foot of Diego Rossi.
He tried to do that a lot.
I mean, we're probably lucky that Rossi's foot wasn't on the ground, because if he would have followed through on it, it could have been worse. I mean,
that was like his
wasn't
third
good.
foul.
Well, the worst part was he kind of stood over top of him right after it happened too, as Diego was chirping to the ref.
No, Diego never.
Diego would never talk to them.
No, Diego doesn't chirp. No. All right, 42nd minute. We saw the crew get one back. Ben, tell us about it.
Oh, hey, I'm American Hawes. Let me tell you about the goal right fast. It's in the back. It's like his back left, and Nagby takes it, and he goes, oh, crap. Look, there's all this space in the middle of the field, and I'm just going to dribble. So he just keeps dribbling. He makes it about, 2/3 of the way down the field, kicks it out right to alley-oop, does an alley-oop to alley-oop. Alley-oop takes a look up. Everybody's crashing the box. Rossi goes, nah, dog, I'm going to stay back around the 18. Gets the ball in the 18, takes one touch with his left foot, sets his right foot up perfect, then puts it upper 90-ish off the top bar. We get one back. I'll let your boy.
That's such a good goal.
There's no way he was not going to score that. I mean, that's a classic finish for him. It was a
great finish. Especially off the
really easy, and it's so hard.
Yeah.
Hey, I do this all day, every day.
Yeah,
it was pretty sweet.
It's like, does he always have to hit woodwork when he scores? It's like
he does it all the time.
Yeah, and it's always like most of the time it's like that far post till like
a little dinky boy,
and bring it back. And,
he's like, I'll just put it where he's
proud, you know.
Yeah.
Oh, that was it. That changed the game, guys.
Pumped.
Oh yeah,
I
was loud.
Pumped. And he did the little Rossi dance. I did notice on the way in. Yeah. I know we got to get back to the game, but on the way in, he had a Rossi with his head on a T-Rex sticker that we got, I think, from Queen Anne's Revenge, or it's one of the other supporter groups or whatever. But it was like his whole water bottle was like filled with like esoteric stickers from like fringe people. I don't know. I thought that was sweet. I was like, oh no.
That's
right.
really cool.
3 minutes later, in the 45th, Cincinnati's Buca earns the yellow card for the intentional handball to stop Columbus from going the other way.
Insane.
Yeah. And then 45 plus 3. Ben, you're not going to get to tell us about it.
Oh crap!
So Aliu plays Gasdog down the right hand lane. Gasdog tries to cross the ball to the back post, misses Arvston, almost goes out of play. Arvston tracks it down, brings it in, passes Shambo into Diego. Diego back to Arvston. Arvston takes a shot, takes a huge deflection off the Cincinnati defender and goes into the left-hand side of the Cincinnati net.
Left-hand hand.
2 tie ball game.
Did he do a step over before he shot it?
There was a move.
It was a move.
It was a soccer move.
The first 20 minutes, he didn't even see the ball. And then once he got it, he did before he even touched the ball, I think he did 7 step overs. And I was like, oh, he's back from the U.S. men's national team. That's the reason why he wasn't touching the ball earlier, because his balls were so big. He was just doing so many step overs. He's just like, I forgot I'm great now. Sure,
he is not one of the players that has to wear a cup. That's for sure.
You know that's right.
It's all Max.
The The question here is, if it's not a goal, is it a penalty?
And if it's a penalty, is it a yellow card? Because that was Anuga who would have gotten a red. So once it hit his hand, I was like, yes, penalty and red card. Because I was like, oh, obviously his hand was out. That's a yellow card. I mean, it doesn't have to be called a yellow card, but I'm assuming that's what it would have been. And I'm like, I don't know if I would have taken a penalty with a chance to miss and a player down for an entire half. I mean, hindsight's 20/20, but we were down.
I feel it would have been so harsh to get a yellow card for that, because even if your hand's outside your body, it could have been
a penalty, but it wouldn't have
been a harsh yellow card.
Yeah, it wouldn't have been a yellow card, but it would have been
especially not
possibly
a
penalty.
Yellow. That's the first thing I thought. I was like, oh man, player down for a whole half. I don't know, but whatever. 2-2, and we roll on.
And
I don't think some of them came out in the second half anyway, to be honest.
That's also true.
All right.
Classic playing from 2 goals down in Cincinnati situation for the Columbus Crew.
Yeah.
And their team checking out for the end of the game.
Yeah. Death, taxes, and losing a 2-goal lead to the Columbus Crew.
All right. So 45 plus 5, Cincinnati's Evander shown the yellow card for running his mouth back to the center official.
I hope he's okay. Go ahead.
He looked like his hairband was a little tight. All right, so we go into half with the game tied at 2-2. Coming out of half, 53rd minute, Shambos is shown a quick yellow for the two-handed grab from behind on Evander.
Sure.
And 5 minutes later, 58th minute, Sadic comes in for Shambo, probably because he was on the yellow.
Yeah, smart.
All right, 1 minute later in the 59th minute, you had the ball coming forward to Russell Rowe. Russell Rowe plays the ball out wide to Aliou. Aliou drives it forward, sees Diego in the middle streaking, and plays the looping ball in. 2 Cincinnati defenders come together. Miles Robinson hits it right past his own own goalkeeper. Celentano can't make any play on it. Own goal. Columbus Crew up 3-2.
That's a great ball and great run.
Great ball, great run, and it's so hard for a defender.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, there's nothing Miles could do on that. I mean, he did exactly what he should have done.
Rossi was making that run. He probably would have gotten on the end of that.
I think so, but I mean, if Miles was set a little earlier, he maybe could have done better. But given the fact the ball was good, he was moving back towards his own net.
No way.
It's tough.
It's
tough.
How about Aliou's totally redeeming himself? Like in the second, later in this game, he had a rough start to the game.
Yeah, I sold the van and got this hog.
Yeah,
40 miles to the gallon. Just when I thought you couldn't be any worse at defense.
All right, 68th minute. Gas talk for the Crew earns the yellow for gently touching Evander, which sends him into a heap on the turf. And then at 78th minute, Russell Rose given a yellow card for falling awkwardly behind Miazga.
No idea.
I don't know. But the most concerning part was Russell Rowe remained on the turf and received treatment before being able to walk off and being subbed for Taha Habrun. Hopefully it is something that doesn't have long-term implications. And then 8 minutes later in the 86th, Cincinnati's Miles Robinson is shown the yellow card for his ill-timed tackle on Gasdog. Fooled so hard, he got a yellow. And then 90 plus 3, Ben's favorite moment of the game that I'm not going to let him talk about.
Oh,
Schulte plays the ball forward. Miazga heads the ball away. Taha does the right thing, steps into the run of play, plays the ball forward, runs onto it, and then slots it past Celentano. 4-2 Crew.
Can't spell Taha Habrun without.
Let's go Westerville. Let's go Westerville. Yeah.
Westerville,
It's good to see the youngster get a goal. I mean, especially when he's been on limited minutes and somebody on this podcast has been screaming and moaning his name to try and get
Taha is Westerville too?
What?
Yeah,
moaning.
Yeah. So Cincinnati had their own little Westerville Arts Festival down there.
Go Crew. Okay.
Yeah. All right. Speaking of Taha, 90 plus 5. Taha showing the yellow card for the professional foul from behind as he was beaten down the sideline. I mean, it's a good foul. Take it.
Yep.
Is what it is. With this win, Columbus improves in the Hell is Real Derby to 10 wins, 6 draw, and 3 losses. And Columbus moves on to a 2-game week as they face off against Nashville on Wednesday, July 16th at 8:30 p.m. And then Saturday, July 19th against DC United at 7:30 p.m. back at lower.com. Ben, hit us with those tables.
Just tables! 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 I can't know how to hear any more about tables.
All right, the tables are in the East. Philly up top with 43 points. Cincinnati, which is German for cinnamon chili, got 42 points, number 2. Nashville and Columbus are tied for 3rd and 4th.
Germans have a word for everything.
I know. I love them. That's why we love them. Inter Miami at 5th with 38 points. They actually have 3 games in hand.
Right.
And so that's how we play. That's how we do it, MLS. And then Orlando, New York. Supporter Shield, Philly again up top with 43. San Diego, who's on fire with 42. Cinnamon Chili at 42 as well. Nashville and Columbus at 41. So we are 2 points behind Supporter Shield, which is bananas. And we are currently on a win-win-win draw win heading into Wednesday's game at Nashville. That being said, we brought up last week, how many times this season are we going to play someone who's on top of the Supporter Shield?
Yeah, or even just top of the East, right? Like,
yeah, no, Supporter Shield, because we played Vancouver when they were first. We played Philly when they were first. Mm-hmm. We just played Cincy when they were first. So when and that was it Cincy? No, we played Cincy twice. Cincy was top the first time because weren't they chanting?
I think they were top of the East.
Yeah, because they were like, "Oh, top of the table," and I was walking out and I looked down and Philly had won, so they weren't top of the table. Right. And I was like, God,
but also like I feel like Miami was on top when we played them. Nashville might have even been like above us on the East.
Like, I think
the Miami game was 1 or 2 in the 1 and 2 in the East or something.
I just feel I feel like half of our games that we've played, and we've been at the lowest, like 4th or 5th in the East. Again, we've played at least half of our games against teams that are above us in the East, and like it's been a tough run. But we won this one yesterday. Hearing that we haven't lost since we hadn't won in 2 months or whatever, right? Like we kind of
feel like that's how
things
it works.
over. So
and Nashville could have been on top of the table,
right?
They had a tight game against Miami
heroics,
lost,
right?
Yeah. I mean, man, Messi is what 5? Is he 5 games with the brace in a row or something like that?
Something like that.
Yeah,
I hear it's good. Player. I hear it's pretty good player.
Yeah,
people say.
So
not gonna hate.
Do we have a Cirque stat?
This is Steve Cirque, and this is a Cirque stat.
Okay, we have one. The original question to Cirque was Dylan Coblank. His Blues guy handle is at Upper 90 Wood.
Mm-hmm.
So
nice.
Is he on this pod? Do we have a Dylan? Dunk, are you Dylan? Are you Dylan Upper 90 Wood at .works?
I've been called that before.
All right. Thanks, Dylan. I might be wrong, but it feels like Columbus has not done well in games with rain delays. Glad #Crew96 got a goal at the end of the first half because he posted his first half. Any info on Crew games that involve a weather delay? Cirque says, I do not have the data, and even if I did, I would probably need a stronger computer to process that many rows. Okay. I mean, think about it. Every time we play Charlotte, we struggle, and I don't know if it has something to do with the weather, but it seems like there's always a weather delay with that. Mm-hmm. We were asleep the first 10 minutes after that weather delay. This game, I mean, it was brutal.
Yeah. How long was it? Like an hour or so?
Yeah, an hour and 6 minutes.
Okay. All right. So nothing from Cirque has no data. Do we have anything else? Do we have a Bobby Puerto Rico? Bobby Puerto Rico.
I'm Bobby Puerto Rico.
Bobby Puerto Rico says the at Columbus Crew are 4th in the conference and 4th in Supporter Shield. The club's 41 points are tied for its second most through 22 matches since the 2024 when MLS eliminated overtime. So, I mean, this is I didn't realize we were that many points. In 24, we had 43 points. In 25, we had 41. In 2010, we had 41. and in 2020 we had 38. So, I mean, yeah, that's kind of wild to think about.
Bobby Puerto Rico also had the other post that Haas shared with us before he decided not to show up.
Yeah, true.
And that was the stat about, and he said, since Wilfred Nancy took the helm at Columbus Crew in 2023, most MLS matches with 4+ goals, Columbus has 14, Miami has 11, and Philadelphia and Houston have 9. So we like goals.
Yeah, this season I was looking at like goals scored and goal differential. We're not as high as we have been the last couple of years, but I mean, this is what our second one this season, maybe third. I don't
4+ goals. No way to find out.
No, I mean, it's just we're limited by my brain power alone, and it's just so limiting. So let me take a little break, and we'll be right back.
This episode of the Upper 90 Club is brought to you, as always, by Supporter Supply Company. Hi, friends, this is your good pal Morgan Hughes, here to talk to you about a serious issue facing 96% of all Crew supporters in Columbus. Why, not enough free shipping, of course. For a limited time now, through the eventual heat death of the universe, Upper 90 Club listeners can use the promo code Upper90Boys. That's boys with a Z on the end of it, at checkout for free delivery on absolutely any order over $10. But Morgan, what if I order $10 worth of stickers, or those goddamned buttons, or some other combination of small items that make you want to kill yourself? Will the free shipping still apply then, even as you curse our family, while you package up our little tiny annoying ass order for us? Of course it will. That's just how much we here at Supporter Supply value our friends at the Upper 90 Club. So head on over to supportersupply.co and use the promo code Upper90Boys. That's boys with a Z at checkout for free shipping on all your orders over $10. And don't forget to tell them that your friends at the Upper 90 Club sent ya.
We're back. I have a question. This is gonna make me sound dumb, like everything else, but
go ahead.
Everyone says Darby, right?
Right.
Oh, it's the Darby. It's the Darby. But it's Derby. Like the word,
Darby.
like if to spell it, it's Derby, right?
Like the Kentucky Derby?
Well, like
it's spelled like, Derby.
Is it spelled Derby? Is it said Darby because it's with an English accent, or is it like a different word?
Derby County, right? The team.
Well,
yeah, that's a team.
In England, it is pronounced Darby.
It's English.
Yes.
Okay. All right. In England, it's pronounced Darby. Okay. Right. So, but we're talking about Columbus versus Cincinnati. So, but it's like, are we using the English word?
Yeah. It's
it doesn't even meet the definition, though. It's not like in town.
Well, yeah, they call it the Ohio Darby.
Yeah. Okay.
Let's just call it Hell is Real and make it easy.
Yeah,
right. Yeah.
I'm glad. Yeah. I'm really glad they adopted that. I still think that's one of the best things. Yeah, but I think it's potato, Darby, Derby. We should call Darby Derby
from Aces Radio.
Yeah,
from Aces
the
Radio.
Human.
Yeah,
the Human. Yeah, we'll call him Derby.
He's gonna.
He wins the next set of our
and he will.
Branded beer glasses in our predictions challenge.
I always found those signs perplexing driving down to Cincinnati. I was like, why would someone put that up? But now it makes so much sense.
Well, you're in Ohio.
Now
and it's America. Because America.
Exactly.
Oh, dude, those were way before. Those were the original George Bush or Clinton, maybe.
Yeah, I'd be interested. Like, could you imagine, like, what the conversation, honey? We've got a little extra land out there by the interstate, and I've been thinking,
if you could put anything to help people love Jesus. To point them towards the Bible.
No, he got an inside from Mr. Garber. He's like, Mr. Garber said Cincinnati will get a team. Yeah. He will.
The long play.
And he
since
spoke,
96.
He spoke
God
to me
willing.
and said, we can name this match, honey.
Honey, it's going to cost us $2,500 to make this sign.
A month.
I've been told that we're going to get up to $10,000 in GAM for these sides. So,
which is enough to buy Aliu, and he's been pretty good.
Yeah, it's enough to have the team repaint it every year so that it's clearly visible from the interstate. So anyway, yeah, I don't know. I don't know this Derby, whatever. This was something I was perplexed by, but we can get into more thoughts and players.
Thoughts and players.
Yeah, speaking of, I did kind of want to talk about the Aliu turnaround and kind of what he brings to the table. Now, he started over Farsi, and I texted out, "Oh, injury. Yeah, that's right." No, dog, there was no injury. So I was doing more reading on the facts online on Reddit, and it appears that he was getting shopped to Saudi Arabia, and that this is more than less likely he was not on the bench because of that. I don't know anybody who would know anything about that. Duncan?
Are we sure there also isn't injury-related things there? Because I've heard...
That's what I thought.
I heard injury too.
That, but I heard he's also been dealing with an issue that's, been
foot abscess
around for a while that is being trouble too. It's not... I don't think it's just... Maybe it's not just one or the other. Maybe it's a combination. But I do think there is injury-related stuff there.
Yeah. That's what I originally thought. And then I was thinking, was it? And then when I was going through the internet today, I was like...
You're believing people on the internet.
They don't lie. They just don't lie.
I'm less concerned about Farsi as I am with Herrera.
Yeah, why didn't he play? We just resigned him. Or is it a date thing? That's what I wonder, if it's not in effect yet, because he wasn't even on the bench either.
Didn't Herrera leave the game recently?
Yeah, he's hurt. He's actually hurt.
He's hurt? Okay.
Yeah, we've been...
It's not listed
the
as
contract issue with... He's River Plate, right? The contract with them, I know they weren't trying to sell. They were going to loan him out for another year. I think that still stands.
No, we got him to June 30th next year.
Buy clause in the loan, right?
Yeah.
I thought there was, but I think we tried to trigger it and they said no. That's what I read.
Yeah,
I don't know if they said no.
Yeah, no, dog.
I'm a lawyer.
Either way, the loan got extended for another year. So we have Herrera for another year, which I am very excited about because I like what he brings.
Yeah.
He's awesome.
Yeah, no, he's been playing really well. But I mean, we hadn't heard of any major injuries, and he didn't travel to Seattle, and then he wasn't traveling to Cincinnati. So, just kind of curious in terms of where he stands, just because we're a little bit thinner on the back.
Yeah, but the Aliu turnaround was
Oh yeah, man, dude, he's been
Mort
really
actually
well.
tweeted out at the beginning. He's like, Aliu ain't it at the beginning, and I was like, yeah, dog, it's just not good.
Not on defense.
He literally turned his game on, and he was, because they were complaining during the game. I think it was Marisa who was like, yeah, they got him as a winger. He's not really a defender, dude. That second half defensive work he put in against Oriano was good.
Yeah. Arston
also gets a lot of flack too for not being good at defense, and I'm like, dude, at times they're pretty good. There's a lot asked of those wingbacks.
Yeah, go Duncan.
I just think the way Wilfred plays, it suits a winger to be an outside back. Like he is really good with those guys. Like he's really good coach, full stop. But you take a guy that is a winger, center striker, whatever you want to call him, and he comes from a team where he hasn't really produced, hasn't done well. He's not really doing it. It moves him back to this position, and all of a sudden he starts to get it, and boom, he's off and running. And you have to give a lot of credit, I think, to the coach in that situation, because you see something that maybe other people don't. Like, it might take a little bit, but once they get going, boy, So
yeah, Arston's a prime example. He was he was brought in as a 9, like he was a straight up 9 for San Jose too. And then he's like, "You're a left back now, dog." And he's like, U.S. men's national team, like, "Yeah, you're gonna play behind Anthony Robinson." It's like, okay, sweet.
But credit to him for adjusting, because they obviously targeted that you saw the stats at the halftime. They said 74. It was like 75% of the attack from Cincinnati came down the left side,
which is smart.
And because they knew there was somebody new there, and they took advantage, and that's how they got the goals.
But the in stat was 70% of our attack was up our right side. And Aliu had that ball. But, it was crazy. So, like,
I think
that ball in, and he had the assist to Diego.
Those two things are coinciding there, because as you have Aliu pushing up the outside, it's leaving a huge vacancy behind him.
Yep.
And that's what they were exploiting. Finally, they had Moreira kind of pinching over to the channel, and when they were trying to play those balls, it gave Aliu more time to come back.
Yeah, or someone would drop in.
Like
exactly.
Did.
Yeah. So I mean, it was a good in-game management by the crew staff. But Aliu also stepped up, and he was winning a lot of the one-on-one tackles and making it a lot difficult to play down that channel, or hit the big crosses, which they wanted to do more.
I do remember a close-up of his face at like minute 8, and it was like kind of like a little bit of panic going on in his face.
It was probably the same shot that I was giving him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's a little different though playing against maybe Cincy than it would be against a Bawanga. You go and you don't defend well against a guy like that, you get punished. He got punished early on, but he was able to turn it around. It's not so easy to turn it around against someone like Bawanga. So when you come across guys like that, I think you have to be willing to be more defensive at times, or Moreira really has to help you out a lot.
And that's what he did in some of the games against LA, except for that one game where he he put Moreira in his pocket. Yeah.
I know we had multiple fouls on Evander, and he was getting very fed up with it, but it was a good strategy.
Some of those were suspect fouls.
It's fine. We were leaving the leg in. They were, it's fine. They were professional fouls that he was making a meal of it. But I think it was a big part of the game plan of make him feel everything. He plays that pass, get an extra touch on him. Whatever it may be, make him deal with it, because they knew that mentally.
Let him get going, right? Don't let him get his touches. Don't let him be comfortable when he can't be the guy he can be. Which is, please.
And he's a
great player.
He can be really good,
but he's also an emotional player.
Yeah.
So I think that's I don't know how serious we were about him, because I always say, like, hey, if we were talking about him and we didn't pick him up, and that was because in the offseason there was that talk, I wonder if Nancy was seeing some of that and saying that is not my profile kind of player.
We heard because we heard he was drama. Other players didn't like him, and at Portland we're like, dog,
also he's not as, I would say, as hard pressing and as workmanlike as the crew kind of this current crew team wants to have in those positions. They want guys that both sides of the ball, you're busting ass. It doesn't matter who you are. If you're a bloody,
it's hard to say that you can't, put in an effort when you have a guy like Rossi is probably the one that runs almost the most of the entire team, and he's your DP and leader, right? So it's that really sets the tone. But if you get a guy like him that doesn't have the same attitude, yes, it wouldn't bode well.
But that's like back to the Rossi thing. When Rossi came here, everyone was pissed because Zellerayan was leaving, but it set the team up to play ultimately the way that the coaching staff want the team to play. And again, huge credit to Wilfred and his staff for how they want to play.
And Ross's management.
Because it's awesome.
Huge.
It's fun to watch. You get 4-2 games and you kind of shit yourself with down 2-0, but you, in the back of your mind now, you're thinking, we can still win this game. Like, we've got an attacking team. We could go lose 5-0 because we're attacking so much, but we have a realistic chance of winning because we're dangerous.
Yeah, I posted online. I was like,
comfortable. It's cool. It's fun.
Yeah, we went down 2. I was like, nobody panic. This is what happens.
I saw that.
Yeah,
post.
I can't remember exactly what I put. I'm like,
good.
No worries, we got this. I mean, when I was hitting it out, I was like, we're cooked. Like, I don't think we're coming back from this. Dude, I don't know, man. They're firing on all cylinders. The place is going nuts. And then I was like, well.
Yeah, and that's what I was talking about when I was questioning the facial addition to Schulte. Let's talk about Schulte, beard or not. He's back. He's back. Not from international duty, but from injury.
Yep.
Right. He was going to go to Gold Cup and then ended up getting hurt. What do you think?
I am very happy he's back. My biggest question was, should you have started him in this game? You know, you've got Bush, who's been playing exceptionally. Do you ride that hot hand? Do you play the old man Bush, or should we bring in Schulte because it was his job to lose?
Those first two goals weren't his fault, but I was like, dude, if Bush were in goal, there's no way.
No.
It was interesting because there was periods in the first half. Cincinnati's press was set up that Schulte had to make the decision on how to set off and he made some bad choices early on, but he settled in. And he actually made some better choices as we went on. But they set it up, so they put it on Schulte to make the decision how we want to play out. They didn't allow it to go to Savatsky or anybody else.
Yeah.
For him to turn and then set on the ball. Yeah.
I think we can all agree. We're just happy that we do have a player like Evan Bush that is
a third string goalkeeper.
He's technically our second string right now. I mean, but to have a player like that in your back pocket.
Because Hagen is also injured.
Correct.
Right.
Yeah.
So
and we do have Stoss.
So is Schulte our best pick? I want to give a shout out. I know we're not reading the internet right now, but I did get a message from our run club, Caleb, asking me this question: like, what do you guys think is with Bush, leading us the last handful of games where we've gone unbeaten? Who's the best pick at goalie?
Schulte.
Make Duncan answer that. Duncan, you answer it.
I mean, look, if you've got a number one, he's your national team guy. I mean, I'm sure the week at training he was back fully looking sharp and good. He's probably your guy, right?
He was looking good.
And I'm pretty sure that Bush would, he's probably pissed because he's a competitor, wants to play, but he'd take his hat off and be like, he's the number one.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's the number 28.
As they say, they don't say.
You think Wilford sat Evan down and was like, listen, man, you're 43.
Listen, we're the same age.
He's like, I'm 39.
He's like, number's a number.
He's like, age is just a number. It's like, take it easy.
Yeah.
He's like, you saw Stephen Fry. You two were battling it out last year. Last week.
I will say, back to the Aliu and the Schulte thing. Starting out, they did not do well. Those goals weren't Schulte's fault, but the balls at his feet that first 20 minutes were rough. How they responded.
At least he wasn't like the Nashville keeper, and he got an assist for Messi.
Wild. Deer in headlights.
He wasn't great.
What is happening?
But he wasn't that.
Yeah.
Did you see the Nashville keeper's dive after he did it? He was just like, woohoo, just like, I don't know.
Sorry.
Yeah. Someone hit Control Delete, and he just was like, boop.
Okay. All right.
But in general, the way they bounced back that half, took over the game, and just, by the end of the game, how we
the stadium. Emptied the stadium.
This is one of the, this is one of those things.
It was so satisfying.
Duncan, I don't know. I'm not even close to an amateur soccer player, but as a fan, like I've watched a lot of Columbus Crew soccer, and I get all worked up. You get 4 minutes in, you're 2 goals down. Like that doesn't happen very often. Yeah. You get pretty disheartened on the prospects of this game. As a player, are these guys just like, does it translate, or have you seen so many reps that bringing it back, couple goals in the half? I mean, maybe because it's so early. Hey, we can chalk this up. We can make it back. I don't know.
I think it would have been worse. It's always worse if you concede right before halftime to go down 2-0, or right after halftime is even worse to go down 2-0. So early in the game, and the mentality of the team, the way they play, the style they play, I think unless the game's long gone, they're in the game. And to me, it shows just a group that I think there's been a lot of doubt this season about certain things, and that I think the players themselves are showing as a group, hey, we can overcome things. Because it's not, for me, it's not the 2-0. It's the 2-0 at a hostile place that makes it even harder. That's like a 3-0 you've got to come back from, right? Because you're not just battling the 2-0. You're battling the away, the big game, there's so much anticipation.
And we couldn't finish it at home, even though we should have won that game against Cincinnati at home.
Yeah, it's all those things, right? And this group, they just kept on. It didn't seem to bother them. They just were like, okay. And it actually reminds me of the 08 group of guys we had, like a hard game that we probably should have lost with tie, a game that we probably should have tied with win. And it was just a group of guys that were tight and just felt good about being in game situations. It was like, we can win. We can win.
Yeah. We were talking a little bit at the break. Some of us were here and kind of coming and going, refilling drinks or whatever. But the question I asked was like, is this team materially different? This team in the last 5 weeks where we haven't lost, materially different than the team that went 5 weeks without winning a game through May and June. And I think as we're talking about it, I think the answer is shoring up the defense, having Zawadzki in place.
Zawadzki's a huge
piece. And the same thing with that 08 team. That was a strong defensive team that, kind of did the same kind of full field gymnastics that this team is doing. But I think that is the difference, is that we're seeing, even though the beginning of the game was jittery and we were talking about some of the mistakes that were made there, we were able to kind of bring it back and then play the rest of the game without conceding a goal and then proceed to do what we've been doing for the last several weeks, which is, find the back of the net and run a play. So
do you think one of the players was like, guys, a 2-0 lead is the worst lead in sports?
Yeah, that's the first thing I thought. Don't worry, guys. We all know as they say.
They all huddled at minute 5.
We did it.
There was one player that was like, guys,
we got him exactly where we wanted him.
That was during the pre-match when they had all that break for the thunderstorms. They're like, you know what? We should go down 2-0 because it's so much easier.
Absolutely. Yeah. Well, we're out there playing chess and they just playing checkers, baby.
No, just to believe that, hey, if we keep doing what we're doing, it will sooner or later, click and we will execute. And
I had to text my dad to turn back on the game. Yeah. I knew he had turned it off. I was like, he's one of those guys. And I'm just like,
no.
Like after we scored the first goal, I'm like, Dad, turn back on the game. He's like, why? What's going on? And then we just scored the second. I was like, go ahead and turn back on the game.
Like it's safe. It's safe for you.
It's okay. Yeah.
Come out. It was halftime. He's like, thanks a lot.
Yeah. 2-2. Yeah. And I'm like, enjoy the Modelo commercials.
Okay. So the other player we heard about this week was Camacho had surgery. I don't know if it's for the same injury he's been coming back from.
Same injury.
Okay. So he's out. I don't know if we'll ever see him play.
That sucks.
Yeah,
I know. Especially the way he ended last season was kind of a drag.
It's rocky. Yeah.
Yeah. I like that guy.
Does his contract, do we think he's going to play?
I'm glad you asked me. I know a lot about contracts and how they work.
You just say no.
You just say no. Yeah. Crew's just like, you're not going to play? No soup for you. It's like, well, that's Ben said it.
We've got a clause that we can sign you? No. We just say no.
If only we had someone who knew about that stuff on the podcast. And it's just me.
Written in there?
Where could you find one of them?
Yeah.
No idea. No say.
I'm just going to plug in my computer, guys, before it dies.
Good call.
Yeah. I forgot you're an IT
I don't think
wizard.
any of us could survive.
This was his way of
exercise again.
This was Duncan's way of putting a Twix in his mouth to buy time.
Yeah.
No, he's like, if the podcast is going bad and I need to leave, I'm just gonna be like, my computer died.
I would imagine he's on an option year or out of contract, and I would imagine unfortunately, the injuries and stuff and age and etc. have probably brought it to an end. It's probably whether he wants to stick around because he's the type of guy you could see having some sort of coaching position or, like some position within the club, especially with coaching staff that's currently there who have obviously bought him, but for certain reasons.
Yeah,
he's Nancy's guy, right?
He's a Nazi
from Montreal.
You can see him having a role of sorts if that's the route he wants to go. Maybe there's not. Maybe he wants to continue playing and there's somewhere else. But I don't think. Who knows? Maybe he comes back better, stronger. I'm not going to know that. We're not going to know that. But if he does, fair play to him. But if he comes back,
we're the same age. It doesn't get
less
better
than he was in terms of pace and stuff. It might be hard to get back in. He could be a
the pace was already an issue
on a lower contract who helps all the young players. Is that guy that he can play when you need him, but he's also. Yep. So I think there's a role for a guy like that, whether it's on the playing side or a coaching side or a mentorship side. I don't know.
He's a leader. I mean, he's a very much a leader type guy.
Like
he gets that energy, you know.
Well, and according to MLSsoccer.com, his contract runs to the end of 2025.
Okay,
that would make sense.
Okay,
yeah, that checks out. Is there anybody like under Nancy currently? See, if I was running the crew, I'd be like, so Wilf's got something very special. Like, can we get Josh Williams, Higuain, Camacho, anybody else who wants to train and just pick his brain and kind of figure out how make this the club identity and move forward? Or is it just I'm worried if he leaves, because usually he would leave and he brings his staff with him. We don't have somebody to fill his role that does the same thing. Like if we brought in Maisonov plays a lot different at Ohio State, or if we bring in, Higuain, he's I just wonder if I had a commodity like that, I would invest in that. And
You're just worried about him being poached again.
Dude, he
always.
It's so hard to make someone that they're not. You know what I mean? You can teach them to play that way, or look, I can watch the way his team plays and try and replicate it.
Right.
I can go watch training sessions and try and replicate them, but him and I aren't the same, so it's going to be different. It's a big part of his is his personality and how he comes across to the players. And
right.
I don't necessarily think that's his coaching staff. I think that's him. I think it's him.
Well,
you could give him a different staff. If he was comfortable with those people, I think the crew's exactly the same on the field. I think it's him.
100%. I mean, I
think you could teach people how to play like that and have them shadow him and watch him, but it's not the same.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
And he doesn't have a coaching staff. I mean, Courtois was kind of a player, or was kind of a coach that he also had.
Man.
But I mean, you look at disciples of certain coaches. Like Berhalter's a good example. You had Josh Wolf come off of his staff, go to Austin. You had Nico Estevez go over to FC Dallas and then is currently in Austin. You had BJ Callahan, who's now in Nashville. And I think there was another one along the way.
Callahan's a good call. He's a good coach.
But none of them you would consider play a Greg Berhalter style of ball. But they all came from that same coaching tree when he was here in Columbus, or with the national team.
It's like Jim Cook and Pat Noonan. We just played against them, right?
Right.
It's different too, the size of player that you have on your team. If you're dealing out of LA with Belangas and guys like that, it's different than maybe dealing with a Rossi and guys like that. It depends on the personality of the player too, and how you manage the man as much as the players you have. What I do like though is he knows what he wants. It seems like in terms of players, I want this, and because I want to play this way, I need to find this guy.
Yeah.
Here's a blank picture with no face on it. This is the attributes. Now put a face to those attributes, and that's what I need now.
That's why I wonder if we got Gazdag before Nancy gave the okay. They're like, oh, this guy's available. We got him. It's only $2 million. Boom. Because I don't picture knowing Gazdag when he came in. I was like, I don't see him. Maybe, but he's more of an an advanced Shambo player.
I think he does
You
a lot
keep
right.
saying
If he had some of the goals, we wouldn't
I'm
have
gonna
this
die.
conversation. Again, but to your point, Ben, you don't see that very much in soccer. You're talking about like getting a style and a culture and
Yeah.
how do you retain that. You don't see that in very many clubs. It's kind
I'm a
of the
Tottenham
only
fan.
club. The only club I'm kind of thinking about now that still kind of have that is like an Ajax, right? Where the kids and the coaching staff is going through the steps. Almost the coaching goes through the steps and they
Eddie
become
at
the head
PSV,
coach
though.
and they go somewhere else, right? So they're all playing a style from like they're small to the old. The coaching is the same from their small
Barcelona
to their
Academy.
old. Yeah.
I mean, if
So
it was
there
easy
are-
to
yeah,
replicate,
Barcelona, yeah.
everyone would be Pep. People try and
Right.
play like Pep. It's hard to when you don't have $1 gazillion to buy the players and play that way. So I also give a lot of credit to the Haslams and Edwards and etc.
Yeah.
for putting the money down to buy certain players to fit the style.
100%.
Because
Yeah.
you can't do
Giving
it
him the
without that
keys.
either. There's a lot of moving pieces in this, and when a player comes in and they say we've got $5 million to bring in this guy, and then they can't find the guy, but they think they've got the guy, but it's $8 million, and they say, "Will we win if we spend this $8 million?" They say, "Okay, here's the $8 million." You know what I mean?
Right.
Like Akucho, that was probably beyond the budget they wanted to spend, but they were probably told if we get this guy, we have a good chance to win. Diego,
The ROI
same
on that
thing.
is, yeah.
You know, so it's really there's so many parts to it in different clubs. It's easier to win if you're Newcastle or Man City and you've got $1 bazillion that you can spend, you know, if you spend it right. And if you have a coach that can put that together and manage the personalities of those expensive players, because that is hard. That's the hard
Yeah.
one.
I mean, we got Ali Hughes playing, who was probably one of the best players on the field last night, and we pay him like, you know, Burger King Happy Meals in Garber bucks.
So Duncan,
it's insane.
Speaking of spending money, do you think we will spend some money in the window to get that?
Like it's
I'm sure they are looking. I mean, look, whether the Gaztag move turns out to be right or wrong, time will tell. But I'm sure they're looking to bring in, if the right piece is there, you get it. You know, yeah. So I would say the answer is yes, but whether that happens or not, yet to be seen.
Yeah, and I think also you can probably afford to bring in a maybe even a number 9 that is not a DP, just to give you another forward option out there, because we're the only pure number 9 right now we have right now is kind of Russell Rowe, right?
Yep.
Like the pure like a typical striker, if you want to call it that. But we don't really play with that anyways.
Well,
yeah,
Mike,
you could bring an older guy, but I don't know if that fits the mold either. Sorry, Miles.
No,
Right.
The question I don't want to answer this question now, because I think this is like an off-season whole topic, but just the question around the fact that Cucho is, you know, arguably best top 5 player who's worn a Crew jersey, flourished under the Nazi system. We think of him, you know, as this key piece in the Nazi system, which we've acknowledged on this show alone as, like, you know, we are still seeing goals materialize without him. But he was hired under Porter, same GM Bezbatchenko, but like that was a very different team in 22 when he came in, but flourished so well. And I think he was sold because of some political reasons on his aspirations on his national team front. But I don't know. Was it just a beautiful coincidence that he was like this perfect fit for the Nazi system, or like, you know, I don't know.
I think a good striker is a good striker. The amount of chances under the Nazi system that they create from wide, from the work rate and things like that. He was young. He was athletic. He could create himself. He could finish. He could do a lot of good things, like a lot of good strikers. Yeah. But if you're a good striker, that's why even in this system, maybe a guy that doesn't press as much, but is big and strong and is in and around the box, who knows how to finish, could be great. I mean, Ramirez, right?
Exactly.
His finishing wasn't always the best, but he got an arseload of chances and he finished enough to be very effective for this team, whether it was from the start of the match or coming on late. And he was a great guy who fit in to being a good guy working for the team and all that, unselfish, and I think that is a big part of what he looks for in players too. It's probably that. Hey, you've got to be. It's team first, and personal accolades second, because we'll get team accolades, which are far more important than personal accolades. If everyone's going to look good if we win the cup.
Yeah.
I'll ask Ben Teke to stay on Saturday. I'll see if he stays. Like, hey, dog,
you're already here.
Yeah,
I'll bring you Marko Ortanovic for a season. He was playing Inter Milan last year. He can do it.
So did Giroud.
Yeah.
Ish.
How has Inter been doing?
Milan?
Yeah.
Inter's been really good. They're Champions League final.
Milan? No, that's...
Yeah, Inter Milan.
Inter Milan.
Oh, I'm
Champions League.
Don't ask me how that final ended, but they did well up until that point.
I don't think we're going to talk about the...
There are some other parts.
Club
PSG's
World Cup
better.
final that happened today either. But what about man of the match? You guys want to go around?
Again, make Duncan go first.
Can you say team on this one? Because I love how they stuck together. They kept going, win from coaching staff.
Cop out.
I'm going to go team.
Go ahead.
I'm going to go
you know
team.
You sound like.
Team of the match.
Yeah, the man of the match was the team.
Uh-huh.
No, just
like
simply because
he called it the men of the match.
2-0 down after 5 minutes, and just to stay together and not fracture and stuff is cool. I love that.
It sounds like someone read the internet.
So the first thing on the internet we have from 96DM is very emo right now about the entire team getting the men of the match. Tears in eyes, face.
Big fan of that. Big fan of that.
What was that? Is that on? What is that on?
It's on Reddit.
Yeah.
As soon as Doug said it, I was like, dude. Yeah, he says, I'm feeling very emo right now about the entire team getting men of the match.
Duncan called
it. That's what they.
That happened on the internet.
Yeah. So somebody literally said exactly what you said.
On the internet. Just somebody on the internet. But the bad news is that somebody on the internet has already said everything that you've ever thought or said. So you and everyone else. So it's you know.
Copyright it though, because I've got my lawyer on it right now.
Yeah.
So therefore, I said it first.
Okay. Yeah. And we'll be
and they were on
this tomorrow. So
the internet was a professional soccer player.
It's 2 days late now.
Yeah. If they ask you if they ask you if you read this before you said it, the contractual recommendation is to say no.
Comment. No comment.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm here for you.
Let's move along. This is also on the massive subreddit. I am Shruti25. I am Shrute. Sorry, I'm used to Schulte. Yeah. Shrute25.
Is his last name Schult?
No. Let's ask him how.
Let's ask him how he pronounces his name.
No, I'm not doing it again.
Let's ask him how his family. So.
Interesting enough, we got the invite for the next Meet the Team thing.
Yeah, he did.
And the first thing that popped in my head is I'm not going to ask players weird questions anymore.
So Duncan knows. So Duncan knows. We had this whole debate on here about how you pronounce Hagen, and then
Hagen or Hagen.
Is it Hagen? Is it Hagen? Because he's Norwegian?
No, he doesn't know what he is.
Guatemalan.
He's Guatemalan.
Well,
he's played for Guatemala.
With a Norwegian name.
So he's Scandinavian as well.
He was unsure of the origin of his name.
Right, but so Mort had this golden opportunity. And Mort loves gold. So he had this golden opportunity to ask the man, like, how do you say your name? Right? How do you say your name?
But how did he ask it?
What question did you ask? Do you remember?
No, I did ask. I did
you
ask,
said
but I can't
something
remember.
Like, How does your family
say your name?
Yeah, it was inconclusive. It didn't matter what the answer was because
the problem would be that he probably told me how he pronounces it, and I just didn't remember how he said
He
it.
said something like, "Yeah, I asked him how he thinks he says his name," and I'm like, well, "How did you ask that?"
What? He said it's Hagen. Hagen.
He said that. He said, okay, all right.
Yeah, he called
anyway, yeah, so
sorry, move on.
Yeah, I'm not signing this beanie.
If you have a chance to ask Schulte how his family says his name.
I'm gonna get the tickets for me to meet them, and you guys gonna need to meet the team, and you guys gonna write questions for me that I have to ask players.
Speaking
How about
of the
that?
internet, I remember when I did commentary, they had a thing you could just go. I think it might even be on the website, and it tells you how to pronounce the name.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
We're not going to do that.
What?
Yeah.
No, we can't take this. That takes the sport out of it.
Yeah, but you can't trust that.
No,
I tried Duquesne.
Don't trust the internet. You're right, Trey.
You can't trust the internet.
Don't trust the internet. But that's a good segue. More from the internet. I am Shroot25 says,
that's
lucky enough to be heading to TQL tomorrow. Any tips or advice to enjoy the game other than drink a ton of water? Almighty Ken Pachi says, if FC gets ahead in the score, don't lose faith. Blowing a 2-0 lead is not uncommon in TQL. And then my favorite, FZ Soul Patch, classic FC Soul Patch take here, aging like a fine wine right now.
And that was
shout out to
the
the
day
massive
prior to the game.
Yeah. So shout out to the massive subreddit community for
it was so
foreshadowing
hard to clip stuff from the internet. Everything I read was the funniest thing I've ever read in my entire life. The amount of shade, like the first thing it said is like someone just linked the FC Cincinnati page. Like, just go to this page. It's hilarious. And it's like all the FC people just crying at all the things. Like, it was the funniest.
That reminds me,
Schadenfreude.
I want to talk about also we brought back the Hell is Real jersey number designs from the first match. And the crew had the Miss Birdie design. We were watching the game, and Lauren said, she's like, oh, so does Cincy have the same numbers? And I was like, no, it's like a way more weak kind of like Game of Thrones, Lich King kind of lion fanfic sexual thing. Like, it's like, way worse.
It's
like up my alley.
Anime, animal, something.
Yeah. Anyway, so all that is to say, the Cincy thing is weak, but we saw these like
throwback lettering.
Pretty awesome
throwbacks
shirts.
Stretch.
It is not throwback. That font for the crew
it's
on
like
the back.
Thug Life.
No. That is the old English lettering that everybody, if you're 40 or older, has that tattoo in that font on their arm or chest.
Yeah, it's Thug Life.
If they're cool.
Right here, motherfucker.
Oh,
you have it. So you are 40 or older.
Yeah, we did get an exclusive picture.
You'll never play goal for the crew.
No, I literally have that font tattooed on my arm. Old English.
Yeah.
Old English. So. I mean, I don't hate it. Your arm, that is. I just don't. And we showed Duncan this before. If you haven't seen it, the front of the shirt. So they did a black and a white version. The black
back
shirt
of the shirt is sweet.
Is where it's at. Yeah. So the front of the shirt.
It's logo salad.
Listen.
I feel like even Rivera when on the picture here pointing at it, it's like, this is kind of bland on the front.
This logo salad.
This is my team.
Term.
The back is Tupac. The front is not Tupac.
Yeah, the front is like your typical Liga MX shirt with the name all over it, all over the place at all times. Kind of like the Talladega Nights, like, this font is too big, but I do love, whatever, Funyuns or whatever it is.
I mean, Mars, logo salad is. I'm going to use that in the future. I do like that. Logo salad. That is class.
But they keep is it Fanatics they paired with? So Miss Birdie's actual art is unbelievably good. And if you go on the crew subreddit too, you can see she's actually painting a whole side of a building with like Guillermo and everybody that's in the Circle of Honor. There is a place for Duncan.
No,
later,
it's in the Chase Plaza. It's right next to the stage at the stadium. Is where they're putting this up.
So she's painting that, and it looks phenomenal. But like the shirt they released, the front of the shirt has like the carabiner logo on the top left, and then it says Columbus Crew across the stomach, just in case people don't know how to spell it. And then like I think a little skull maybe on the side for like, hey, I'm cool too. And then on the back they use the exact same Columbus Crew lettering, just smaller at the bottom, and then
the back is sweet. The back
and
is
then
sweet.
the old English.
Yeah, it just says crew at the top. It just, man.
Listen, man, I am not going to hate on this thing.
I'm going to buy it, but I'm not happy about it.
It is cool. No, dude, it is cool. Of all the things that actually get released, I want local artists doing cool things. Like, and following her on Instagram, she actually reposted this with her along with Marrera standing there modeling the shirts. So,
and the white shirt looks cool. The back of the white shirt looks dope. I need to see that. I don't have that.
Dude, I cannot pull this shirt off, probably. I mean, I am not going to an MMA fight anytime soon, so I cannot wear this thing.
Not as a spectator.
Yeah. No.
Morts, is it as good as what you witnessed at the art festival weekend? You just had hints you not.
I don't know. Did they do any speed painting at the
While you were wandering the Westerville Arts Festival this weekend, Morts, did you come across something this cool?
Yeah.
We came across
I'm not going to hate on, first of all, I'm not going to hate on Westville Art Festival. I thought it was actually kind of cool.
No, the art fest is fun.
But I didn't see anything this cool on the back and so commercial on the front.
Yeah.
How about that?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I do think what we should do. Did we already release that the last game of the season we're going to be out front of the stadium, hanging out, giving away free stuff?
We've mentioned it.
Whatever. We should absolutely have like a speed painting thing, but like we give people the paint and we're like, yo, you got a minute, do this, speed paint, and then we'll sell those speed paintings.
Yes.
Maybe we'll have Duncan do the speed painting.
Yes.
Oh, I am artistically challenged, guys.
It's okay. You're just going to put paint on your feet and step on a canvas.
Once you sign it, it becomes valuable.
Yeah.
No. He's going to have a tattoo needle and he gets to put his signature with the tattoo.
I'll take it.
I'll do it.
I'll do it.
In Old
I've
English.
got a bunch of terrible
in Old English. He's going to sign it in Old English.
Well, I'm old and I write English, so there's your Old English right there.
I want
an Old English like neck collar that says historic Duncan.
Yeah.
Just like from collarbone to collarbone.
Like a lower back tattoo. I would get that.
Or just
try. I already have one of those. I need a belly rocker.
That might be my inductee moment when they make it like an old,
they make you speed paint
toilet Circle of Honor Duncan out in like that old historic stadium.
No, it's going to say friend of the Circle of Honor.
Friend of. It'll be above, it's above a toilet bowl. The Circle of Honor down below, and just my name around the seat.
Yeah,
the second
they get the little like
the
air freshener things for the urinals
with your picture on it.
Al Gore is to the internet. Duncan Otten is to the Circle of Honor.
I created it. And I don't get any credit.
Do we have?
That's a deep cut.
Ben, tell me more. We saw a couple more things on new players. Do you want to talk about those now?
Yeah, last week you guys talked about Picard a little bit, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So I have him second on this list, but so Hugo Picard is a 22-year-old U22 signing, yada, yada, yada. And they're like, yeah, supposedly he's like a number 10, yada, yada, yada. My concern when I was thinking of this last game is we have a 19-year-old Taha who is very good and just scored in a Derby, however you want to say it. And my frustration is like, I can't imagine this guy being that much better. Like it's a surplus to what we already have, right? Am I crazy? Or
I think it's built. I think this a little bit. We mentioned this last week too. I think some of this. It seems like he's playing on the left, right?
Yeah. So that would be
so
thing.
building for the future. We have some players
Max
that
goes.
are getting some interest, right?
Sure.
We have to start thinking about backfilling and get some young talent to bring in. It will be U22 initiative, right? So it's for me, this was a natural kind of thing. If Max is going somewhere, and we had offers already from what I understand,
it would be a swap financially.
It will be somebody coming in and taking a
shut your mouth.
Yeah, but wasn't the offer a very low offer from a French club?
Yeah.
That's not really an
French.
offer. Like,
Jim Camp or no, that's where he coming from.
Guinea
Toulouse?
pig camp. I think we agreed that it
Toulouse?
was a guinea pig camp.
Oh yes, Toulouse. Yeah.
Huh?
He doesn't want to go there to lose. So
nice. Wow.
Dad's gonna be here all night.
I thought you were gonna make like a Toulouse-Lautrec joke because you saw a knockoff at the arts festival, but
I can put crickets there.
Yeah, you should. I mean, his was way better. And I'm glad he told his joke. Yeah.
Yeah. So the other guy we were linked with was Wessam Abu Ali, who plays for Ahali FC, which is right now top of the table in the Egyptian league, with other teams such as Pyramids FC, a team called Literally National Bank, a team called
Cleopatra. Literally National Bank.
Yep, you can't make this stuff up. Okay. But he did really well in the Club World Cup. I don't know where this rumor even came from, but I know Tom Bogert published it.
He know where the goal is. He know where the goal is. But I'm not seeing this as a DP signing, if anything. But
we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
I'm curious.
I mean, he's been playing well for the Egyptian team, and I don't know. I mean, this is one of these wait and sees type of thing. He's not coming from a big league. He's not coming from a big club. He recently did well in the Club World Cup, like you said, but wait and see.
How many days to the market opens?
2 weeks.
2 weeks?
11?
10 days? 11 days?
Is it July 24th?
Only somebody in the room.
I mean, in essence, that's when you have to register them, but it's open.
It could be a done deal before, but they just can't make it.
They just can't play till after the registry.
Yeah. I think Picard's already a done deal that he can't play until after that, but it'll be interesting. And how long is it even open? I mean, the frustration is, we're 2/3 away through the season by the time this happens. Like,
11 days.
I guess the good news is, like, a lot of people that just like get in, kind of vet quickly into Nazi system, a la Aliu and stuff like that. He gives them a lot of freedom to express kind of how they play. So it'll be interesting. I mean, we talked earlier, I don't even know if it was on air about a 9, but who knows? But I'm excited. Fresh meat.
so
I'm gonna write that down. I'm not sure if that's gonna make the cut. But.
So unnecessary.
I would keep that.
So unnecessary. We'll be right back.
Have you or a loved one been affected by the Columbus crew? Do you wish that there was a space to talk about all things crew and capybaras? Well, you're in luck. We here at Discord Deck have built a home for crew fans near and far. We have more than just crew discussions and are more than just crew fans. We have a book club, MLS Fantasy League, and much more. If you'd like to join our weird little family, then go to our website, discorddeck.soccer, and click on Join Server, discorddeck.soccer.
Side effects may include giddiness, excitement that lasts longer than 2 hours, we are not a cult, and strong opinions for the color purple.
Cappy report. Cappy report. Hey everyone, and thanks for having me again. I, who for some reason have the worst job in crew fandom today, because I have to talk about the one crew team that lost this past week. Because the Cappies lost again. They lost 3-2 against Atlanta United 2, and it wasn't a very good game. Gonna be honest with you. We had less possessions. They had 23 shots to our 6. They had 11 shots on target to our 4, so the result could be a lot worse. More accurate passes, more everything on their side. And it didn't help that around the 63rd minute, one of our players, Dylan Randazzo, got a red card and a second yellow, which, in my opinion, was kind of soft for a second yellow. I have my qualms with how the ref that game. It was the first time that I seen a ref re-signed a red card without VAR. He gave a red card early in the game to an Atlanta player, and then the other players complained enough that he took that back and gave him a yellow. And I'm just thinking to myself, what kind of lesson is that giving to these young players who are developing in their careers? That if they complain enough, the ref would change their mind and do a call on their behalf? You know, what really are we doing in this development league? But jokes aside, it wasn't a very good game for us. Our goals were scored by Quentin Elliott a minute before the red card, and later in extra time, Brento Dujiamfi was assisted by Anthony Alaiwe to score as well. Alaiwe and Recon were the two best players on the pitch for us, in my opinion, for this game. Alaiwe keeps growing into his role and is becoming more and more reliable in that left wing back position, which is nice to see. And finally, I think that the big talking point for this game is not really the result, but the fact that the Crew 2 went into Atlanta with only 3 players on their bench. And, you know, by the rules of soccer, the minimum amount of players that you can have on the bench and not forfeit is 3. So it's like we're doing the bare minimum to get these kids to play. And how is that affecting their development? And especially how is that affecting their production in the field when you don't have the pieces to adapt to a game as it goes on, because you only have 2 field players and a keeper on your bench? And how are their training sessions going if they can only field 14 players? You know, their training might not be up to standard, but what am I to say? Just questioning what's going on. Why do we seem so unprepared this season, and why have we played with short benches for the vast majority of the games? What's going on with from the coaches to the staff to not bring more players to the fold? I understand that we're relying a lot more on young players from the academy, but you know, just think of the case studies by Farsi and Arfsten and Schulte and all the other guys, JR, who came through the Cappy system and who are now making huge impacts for the first team, who we got from very, very, very cheap, and who eventually sell, like Farsi, the rumors are, for a huge profit. I don't understand why they're not trying to take advantage of that anymore, and to the detriment of what we can see for the second team. But again, that's my opinion. Sorry I went overboard over time. I just had to talk about it. I would love if those questions got asked during press conferences or anything like that. Anyhow, things will get better, right? Right? Okay, bye.
We're back. Thanks, Bird.
Honk. There you go.
Well,
that's the goose.
Tough beat.
The goose.
Another tough beat for the Crew 2.
Last boys.
Yeah.
I don't know what to say. Other than we can do our
we had
rundown.
3 people on the bench this game.
No,
Crew 2, I just looked up. We had 3 people on the bench. Stas Lapkus, Ortiz, the backup striker.
Who's we? The first team?
The second team.
Oh, they only had 3 people.
The first team had.
Okay.
They're young.
And not in existence.
Well, I think the academy is off right now too, right? So they can't pull people up from the academy because they're on their off break. So it's even harder.
I just wish we could, if we're not going to play, you know, Brown and some other guys, even Taha when he wasn't playing, like just let them play, get minutes in the second team or something. But that was Atlanta, so they weren't even in the same space.
Okay, are you ready for the quickie rundown?
Yeah, it's a rundown. We're coming to town. It's a rundown.
Okay.
What we're gonna do is a rundown. Down, rundown. We are up to 115 members.
Wow.
That's good.
Good, because I'm not running.
I'm also not. I did not run last week, but I'm gonna be back in the saddle next week.
It's also like 150 degrees outside.
Yeah, you know what I've heard. I said I was going to keep this short, but the running in the heat now is going to make you really fast when you're running your races in the fall.
That's not how that works.
It is. That's how it works.
You're the Nazi of running.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so our club ran 1,292 miles last week.
Where were we at?
Did we make it to New Zealand?
Not yet. We're on the way.
Damn.
We're on the way. We made it all the way from Taipei to General Santos City, known colloquially
Pronunciations brought to you by the idiots of Upper 90 Club.
Don't try and say that word after all the bourbon here. It's known colloquially as Gensan in the Philippines. So we're headed south. We're on our way down to Australia, New Zealand. Any recommendations, Duncan? As our run club moves, we move in about 1,300 miles a week. Any travel recommendations for the what is it? The Oceania region? What is
Oceania?
Old
Oceania.
Oceania?
They're probably.
How do you say it?
That's a new one.
Oceania? How do you say it?
Pronunciations.
Oceania.
Oceania? I'm thinking of a Bjork liquor. I was just time in Iceland.
No, he's Mort.
I would stop in Fiji, spend some time, enjoy yourselves, forget running for a bit, just check out.
This is what I'm looking for. Thank you. Okay, let's move on. Duncan will tell you how to get into the run club so you can walk and probably beat all of us in miles with ease.
I chase kids around, man. That's the covers some best.
Yeah, just turn on the watch. Okay, what do we do now? Our predict picks?
What picks?
Just tables.
So halfway into the second half in my house, I explained the term park in the bus to my kids because we were up 3-2. And the reason for that was obviously because my prediction in this game was 3-2 to Columbus. My wife said after 2 goals, is like, I guess you're out. What was your prediction? I said, we're coming back. They had 2 goals. We're going to get 3. It's all right. But anyways, nobody in this group here got the prediction right because we did get that. I've got crushed. Trey reached out and said, suck it, Mort. And I said, hey.
When we scored our 4th goal, all we cared about was that Mort did not get the correct prediction.
And I said, I don't care. Go Westerville. Yeah. So there we go. So we got our goals. So what that means was the only points we got was Haas, Trey, and myself got 1 point for the correct
result.
Yeah. And nobody else got any points. So we got 1 point. And what that means is not really much of a change in the top of the table. Haas is still on top. Well, 2-1 Bot is still on top with 28 points. But Haas got 21 points. I got 18 points. Ben got 12 points. Mars got 8 points. In the basement where I checked back. You had like 7 points like 10 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And now we have 8 points.
I'm doing very poorly. Yes.
You're doing very poorly. And then Trey also has 17 points, but he's mentioned last because he's last year's loser.
Points. Shout out Brian Schneck who got it right on X. Get on Blue Sky. And then we also had somebody on Instagram, but I can't remember. I don't have the access to the account. Haas does, and Haas is cubing it up.
He's not cubing it up.
4-2 is a wild guess. It's a wild guess. And we got 2 games this week.
So Nashville was the hottest team in the league coming into this last round, and they hadn't lost in they had set a record of undefeated games. I can't remember how many it was. It was like 18 or something like that.
Hey, we have that record from before.
Yeah,
no big deal.
But no, but for them that was the most undefeated games in a row they've had.
Yeah, including ties. Well, they beat Chicago 7-2.
Yeah, they have one loss at home this year, and that is early in the season to Cincinnati. Other than that, they're undefeated at home. Beat DC United 5-2. Beat Philadelphia in July 5th, 1-0 at home. And then they have that loss to Inter Miami this round. So this is it's a pretty well-run team, and they're hitting their stride right now.
Right.
So
just as long as they don't wear all yellow.
Yes. Well, so are you guys ready to do your prediction for that? All right, let's talk about D's next
I don't know. I thought
you got to think about that.
I'm already sweating.
Man, I don't even know.
Buckle up, Buttercup. My tongue is sweating.
I'm not good at doing things.
You're dumb.
Duncan says 1-2. That's a Crew win. Any insight to add to that?
No, I think it's going to be tough, but I think they're not going to concede 2 again. And, yeah, they might park the bus. They're not good at parking the bus. It might be 3-1 to the Crew or 4-1. Who knows? But I don't think they'll concede 2 this week.
Yeah, all the yellow.
Contain Mukhtar.
It will look like a bus regardless.
And Sturridge, he's been
Could they potentially debut the third kit if they? Will they be wearing the new kit?
Well, Nashville's got leaked and it's all white, and it says Nashville in the fun guitar-y font.
It's okay when Nashville says it, but not when New Zealand says it. Okay. All right. Okay.
You would think it'd be worse than Nashville.
Yeah, you would.
You would.
It kind of fits like
a blue city in a red
it's
state.
It's like a warm blanket for the
Yeah.
South. They're just like, this is how we talk.
Yeah.
Okay.
They call us the Pride Kit.
I lived in Nashville for a few years, and I heard some
Can
things
confirm.
that I cannot on here. Okay. Ben, you said 2-2 Electric Booga Crew.
Oh yeah.
Did I pronounce that correctly? I can say Booga Crew, but not Oceana. Is that what it was?
Yeah, Oceana.
Okay.
It's like Pollyanna, but Oceania.
Yeah, I think Oceania was a Bjork record. That's all I got.
I can make up stuff too. We could take
Buffalo Bob was a Joe Dirt villain. It's like these are things that just happen in the world.
Potato, potato, Buffalo Bob, Buffalo Bill. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay. Mort, you said 1-3 Crew win.
Yeah. 2-1 is boring, so I have to say something else.
Okay. All right. And then Trey, you incorrectly used your prediction to say
I corrected it.
Crew take care of BJ.
He updated it. He said 1-2 Crew take care of BJ and off Nash Vegas at home.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
BJ Callahan's coach.
I know. Right. We actually talked about it. Like it seems like 4 hours ago.
His name is BJ Callahan.
I know. Okay.
Okay.
All right. And I said 2-2. Did anyone get a prediction from Haas?
No, I don't think we asked him. This is the default 2-1, which I don't love.
He hasn't listened to it. I texted him, let him give a chance.
Okay.
All
right. Well, maybe we'll circle back. 2-1 bot says, and I tried here, guys. 2-1 bot was getting kind of sassy today. 2-1 bot says. Columbus Crew heads into Nashville like a seasoned pros, snags an early goal, lets the host strut a little for the crowd, then quietly steals the show with a late winner, a tidy 2-1 result. No cowboy hats required. Thank you, 2-1 bot.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Sure. I still think my AI is happier than your AI.
You should do it. You should.
Well, you were coming back after being away.
The problem is that Chad GPT,
as it's pronounced colloquially.
Chad.
As it's pronounced colloquially.
As it's pronounced colloquially.
As it's pronounced colloquially. It cut me off. It cut me off. Would you cut me off? Would you cut me off?
Colloquially.
Do I need to be cut off?
Okeania. Got it.
So now I'm on Copilot.
We're in the Philippines, so who knows?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. I saw. I saw. All right, let's move on. Okay. We also have a game on Saturday at home against DC. Are you guys ready to do your predictions?
You're dumb.
Dunc, you said 3-0 Crew. Yeah, I think we all are expecting a blowout. Ben, you said
it's always dangerous.
3-1. Ben Teke stays and joins the club. It's good.
Welcome to the club, dog.
I would love that.
That guy could score.
We do have an open DP spot.
He might come on a free.
Technically not, but we can open for him.
Yes.
We can restructure.
Right.
Welcome anytime.
Hey, if you guys want to talk about contracts, I know me. I can talk about them.
Mort, you said 4-0.
Original.
Yes, I said 4-0.
Add to the stat.
The stat of us having, what was it, 14 games under non-C with more than 4 goals. 4 goals or more.
Dang.
Trey,
Gazdag gets 2 braces.
You said, what is WF? Wilfried? Okay.
Really?
Everyone knows that's how he wants his name to be said.
Okay.
WF.
Wilfried and Crew take care of CP and DC United at home. Man, I'm sure that there's something yellow card worthy in there that I don't understand colloquially, but you said 3-1 Crew win, and I said 4-0 Crew win. 2-1 bot says back at home at lower.com field, the Crew will turn up the heat and serve DC United a spicy 2-1 reminder of who runs the show in Columbus. One early strike from Cucho sets the tempo.
Yes!
DC claws one back, but a slick second half finisher seals it. Fans leave humming victory chants. Not because they rehearsed them, but because they're getting used to this scoreline. 2-1 bot. Yeah, so coy.
For something made on the internet, the fact that it doesn't understand Cucho isn't on the team is
no. I start to wonder if his 2-1 bot getting so pissy that it does it on purpose at this point.
Oh, you think that 2-1 bot knows that Cucho isn't on the team and is trolling us?
Yes, it's
I
trolling.
like that better.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I see all these drones and robot dogs, and it's just like, I was like, Skynet's coming. It's like, but it doesn't even know Cucho's not on the team. Like, I'll be wrestling one of those dogs in a movie, and I'll be like, Cucho's not even on the crew, and it's like can't figure it out.
All right.
I digress.
Anyway, so if not sooner, we will have you back at Halloween, Reaper or otherwise. But thank you for hanging tonight. Great to have you on the pod, and we'll look forward to seeing how the Crew do this week in our double game week. But we'll be back next week. So until then,
Go!
What time is it?
It's Crew time.
Thanks everyone for joining the club. We hope you'll listen next week and every week, even in the off season, to celebrate or commiserate. We'll save you a seat. If you like this podcast, please give us 5 stars and subscribe. You can email us at upper90clubpod@gmail.com. That's upper90clubpod@gmail.com. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram at upper90clubpod. Go Crew!
Puts my lotion on the skin before it gets the hose again. I'd be down the well.
Dude, I was talking about Buffalo Bob last week on this podcast.
It's Buffalo Bill, but we're still here.
Buffalo Bill.
Did I say Bob last week?